So the self-correcting mechanism, which was the link to gold, was removed. Consequently, the system is ultimately headed for a blow-up because there's too much money being created by the Federal Reserve, because there's too much money being spent by the federal government, causing them to borrow, and that debt ultimately gets monetized by the Federal Reserve. There is no self-correcting mechanism, and despite human efforts or plans to control that, there's never the political will to do it.
Well, that's right. And the history of the world is that whenever the authorities have the ability to issue paper money, they can never resist the temptation to overissue. And the Catholic Church has a line for this. It's a great line. And they have it exactly right. And the line is, in the face of temptation, reason succumbs. And so if you go back, say, in France after the Revolution, when they're issuing the assignats, there's a wonderful book about this by Andrew Dixon White. It's called...
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Fiat money inflation in France.
It's, I hand that book out to everybody. In fact, I've given it to a lot of important people, including John Paulson, Henry Kaufman, David Malpass. I put it in the hands of this fellow, Jean Trichet, who heads the European Central Bank. I was at a meeting with him, and the cover of this book, shows all this gold stuff. I thought he'd be carrying it around so people would see, what he had. He turned it to the inside, so people wouldn't see. But what's interesting about that book is that the arguments that the French legislature put forth in favor of the paper money are the same arguments you hear today. And they had a better case because in their case, they said the money was backed by real estate, by the church lands. Our money is backed by Zippo, nothing. And theoretically, it's backed by the unlimited taxing authority of the United States government, but that assumes there's something to tax.
Right.
Today you got, I don't know, 24 million people either unemployed, part-time, looking for work. You got probably 4 or 5 million houses have been foreclosed. Another 3-4 million houses going to be foreclosed. I could make a whole long list for you of all the stuff. Plus, you have all these promises that the government has made, and multi-trillion-dollar deficits as far as the eye could see, even using the phony accounting. And multi-trillion-dollar deficits. If you use real accounting, the deficits are multi-trillion dollars per year. There's no way to work your way out of that. And worldwide, people are not protected, especially in the United States.